What's up, people? DreTheMusicMan here for another video on the SoundMojo YouTube channel. And today I'm doing something a little different. I'm going to be talking about one album and one album specifically. Now, I haven't done this yet. Usually I tackle the philosophical issues of being a modern music listener. That's my pitch here. However, I do feel like that this fits into that. Even though we are just talking about the one specific album, we're talking about Kanye West's Donda, the latest from the artist extraordinaire. Some say genius, some say psycho, maybe somewhere in between. I don't know. I like some of his work. I should say I am a Kanye West fan. Most of it is about a decade old now, but nonetheless, I do like some of the stuff he's put out. I listened to Donda, 26 songs long. This isn't a review, but I could say that maybe about half the album is all right. 10 songs are good out of 26. That doesn't sound very good, but it is what it is. Now, in the age of CDs, this would have been a double album, and it reminds me a little bit about what the Smashing Pumpkins did with Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. It's inflated. It's obviously ego-driven. That's what I'm trying to say here. Although, now that I think about it, Melancholy probably had way better hits than what Donda has to offer. In any case, my point here is not to shit on Kanye West's Donda. After all, music is subjective, and everybody's entitled to like the album if they do like it. What I want to examine here is whether the album is an example, a modern example of counterculture. These days, people tend to think that there is no such thing as counterculture. The counterculture of the past has been commercialized and sold, therefore becoming part of common culture. Long story short here, they took Kurt Cobain's face and they took the Ramones, plastered them all over thousands and millions of t-shirts and sold them to generations of people. So, kind of took the spunk out of whatever those artists were trying to do. So now let's get back to Donda. Now, at first, this may not seem counterculture, but I want you to hear me out. My first point, I already mentioned. The album is 26 songs long. We live in a time where music is released often one song at a time so that an artist can keep people's attention. Singles are very popular. EPs even. Maybe they'll release 5 or 6 songs at a time. Some artists are not releasing albums at all. Not Kanye, man. 26 songs. What a statement. Now, that's item number 1. Next, I want to bring to your attention the fact that Donda has not a single swear word on the album. It's squeaky clean. Even the featured artists that did include swear words in their parts, those swear words have been muted out. Now, the fact that they were muted out and not omitted to begin with tells me that maybe Kanye had a change of heart at some point after the recording process. I don't know the story there. In any case, we have a clean hip-hop album. Next item on my list is the fact that Donda is just steeped in religion and themes and messages about God and Kanye's relationship with God. Now, I don't feel like he does this very well. I feel like usually it feels a little shallow to me, like he really isn't going very deep. Nonetheless, it's present. And that, again, I feel is a counterculture statement. He's saying something with that. Then, the last item on my list of me pleading my case here that Donda is in fact an example of modern counterculture is the features. 2 artists that are featured on this album have in fact been canceled, at least sort of, I guess. Marilyn Manson and DaBaby have been up to some pretty despicable stuff, and there's been a lot of outrage around their actions. But still, Kanye West has chosen to feature these artists. In fact, Marilyn Manson has a writing credit on Jail Part 2, even. Now, I don't know if this is Kanye's kind of religious lean here. I don't know if he's practicing forgiveness by featuring these artists on his album. I'm not sure. The only thing I do know is that I don't think anybody else in hip-hop would touch either one of these guys right now. Now, let's summarize here. What do we got? We have an album by one of the world's most popular artists. It's 26 songs long. It is a hip-hop album with no swear words. It is full of talk about Kanye's relationship with God and religion in a way that feels very preachy. And it features a couple artists that have been canceled because of their awful behavior. Now, for me, all of that comes together and it creates this new kind of counterculture. Isn't that what he's doing? He's pushing up against norms. That's what it feels like to me, and it doesn't even really fit into any other way that people have pushed up against societal norms in the past. It doesn't fit into any other counterculture box, if you catch my meaning. So what do you think? I mean, if you noticed, the title of this video is a question. So the whole point here was to start a discussion. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Am I way off base here? Am I giving Kanye too much credit? Well, that isn't my intention. I did not want to give credit. I thought I made that clear at the beginning of the video when I said maybe about half the album's actually good. But nonetheless, the statement is what I want to talk about. What the album comes together to say, and just examining a couple of the album's attributes has led me to believe that maybe this is something new. Maybe the themes here, maybe the way he executed. Is this a fresh counterculture? You let me know. And until I see you next, remember everybody, make some time for music.